run through this PowerPoint, but you guys remember that what we're kind of looking at is teacher read aloud and why teachers choose the books that they choose, and how, if maybe we can look at some reasons why they do that, maybe we can improve that instructional time. So this is just our introduction, and this is probably the most famous quote about teacher read aloud that I find in all the literature. It's that the single most important activity for building the knowledge required for eventual success in reading is reading aloud to children. And that was back in 1985, so it's been a while. And there is a good deal of research on the importance of reading aloud, but not really a lot on how teachers go about reading. I mean, what they do to select the books. And I know from being in the classroom there's a variety of reasons. I know from watching you guys in the classroom there's a variety of reasons, but we don't have really good solid research on what those reasons are. So this is the beginning of it. So these research questions essentially are, they're stated more formally that I showed you in the consent form, but essentially I'm looking at what academic reasons the read aloud. We selected the books for the read aloud sessions, like state standards, meeting the kids' needs, whatever. And then non-academic, we looked at some of that too. The affective elements, the logistical elements. You can see here on this slide that, cultural characteristics, that sort of thing. Or logistical would be, is the book right there? Are you going to read The Gingerbread Boy? Because I see sitting right over there. So this first stage of my research project was observation. Again, I observed teachers, as you know, because you were observed. And what I did when I observed was just watched what kinds of comments were made, how the comments related both to the book and not to the book, and what you brought out. You emphasized the academic concepts. Overall, the teachers that I observed emphasized the academic concepts, interests, and you also mentioned events. Those were the three really main categories we found. And they all contained discussions related to content standards. Even if you told me, and when I say you, I mean the general you as teachers, not you specifically, told me that the reason for choosing the book was affective or logistical. So you might have said to me, oh, I picked this because the kids loved it. But in watching you read it to the children, there were lots of obvious academic purposes, so I thought that was interesting. Talked to the teachers, reviewed reasons for picking the books and why you picked them, not only for the read aloud I observed, but for the others. These are significant interview questions of the ones who, I know I asked you a bunch of interview questions, but the significant interview questions, is the teacher read aloud a required activity? Why did you choose the book? Those kinds of things. I know it seems simplistic, but just, then I analyzed all the answers. Again, most of the teachers primarily indicated academic reasons for choosing the book. Everybody mentioned the fact that it's important to repeatedly read the same text to the children. You don't just read it once and go. So this is a graph of stages 1 and 2 predominant categories. And this would be like essentially, I did the 3 stages, and 2 of them were what they call qualitative data, and that would be the interviews and observations, and then the survey would be the quantitative, and we'll go to that in a minute. But this is what I got from y'all. And you can see here the content standards were the majority of what were reported and done. Observations, child interest was probably third, but it was really close to also tying it to your activities or events. So anyway.